on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
And that concludes our show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Tomorrow morning, I will be getting up extra early to do this stream. Thank you again. I will see you all soon. Peace. I am out. Good night, baby. Love you. Man, can you turn your light off? I guess it's hard for me to sleep like this.
I'm almost over this chapter. I got about 30 more minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
I can't sleep. Oh, all right.
A few moments later.
Babe, I mean, it's been 10 minutes. Can you please shut it off? I got to wake up early in the morning.
I have about 20 more minutes on this chapter. This is my only time to read.
I understand, but I have to get up early in the morning. Can you just read in the morning? I mean, I have a lot I have to do tomorrow.
Didn't you just get a sleep mask?
You know what? You right.
Use it.
Manta sleep, baby.
I don't know how you sleep with that thing on.
It's actually comfortable. Pitch black. I don't have to worry about your light. I'll be able to sleep just fine.
Well, enjoy it. It looks good on you.
This actually feels good. Oh, good night, baby.
Good night, love you.
Love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, check out Manta Sleep. The link to the website is in the description of this video. Make sure that you use promo code TDPHINSTALK. That is TDPHINSTALK. Again, make sure you check them out. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. If you can't sleep when it's bright, these masks will turn out the light. Manta Sleep, check them out. Let's go. Whew. I don't want to pass out there. Let's go, baby. It's draft day. It is draft day. Y'all hit that like button. Man, punch that like button. We got 150 people watching, only 30 likes. Hit that like button. Let's go. Shout out to the Miami Heat doing their thing last night. I give them a little props. If they play Boston next, they'll be going home in 4. But I'm just saying, you know. Y'all hit that like button, man. Oh, I need to turn the fan on. It's a little hot in here. Oh, man. Listen, man, we're going to talk about a potential Cook trade and a Wilkins trade as well. Tell you what I've been hearing. Ain't nothing really, I'm going to be honest. I'm not buying into a lot of the stuff that I'm hearing out here, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it all. It's going to be exciting. Again, y'all punch that like button on your way in the building. We got a great morning show lined up for y'all this morning. Hit that like button. Shout out to everybody. Good morning, man. We're at Thursday. The draft is tonight. Everybody making their jokes. Who are the Dolphins going to pick in the first round? You better slow down. We might very well pick. Ooh, y'all seen the boy. Y'all seen the blingage. Ooh, y'all see the bling. Y'all see the Dolphin man. Ooh, your boy stunting on him. Yeah. Hey, I'm in a good mood today. All right. I'm in a good mood today. Jose, I ain't hating on the Heat, man. Y'all do this every year. Y'all are becoming the Dolphins. The Heat do this every year. Y'all are becoming the Dolphins. Build you up. Never mind. I ain't going to talk about the Heat right now. I'm going to leave them alone, okay? We not picking till tomorrow, TD. Maybe not. You might be wrong. We might be picking tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be picking tonight. Caesar said, I'm on sub, and I know. Talk about the Heat, you lose people. Listen, we might be picking tonight, for real. Okay? We're going to talk about that and more, man. Y'all give me a second. I got to edit the title as well because it's another thing I want to talk about too. Y'all give me 1 second. I need to edit the title. Let me add on there. Tua gets no respect. I forgot all about that with all that stuff yesterday, man. We got to talk about that. All these polls coming out and top this and top that. Yeah, we got to talk about it. We will talk about it. All right. But again, y'all hit that like button. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all watch the show. Y'all enjoy the show, but you don't want to hit the like button. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't going to never change in this aspect. I ain't going to ever change from telling y'all to hit the like button. Okay? So punch that like button. Let's get it up. Oh, that's the water. I need the coffee. All right, John said they better not trade Wilkins. He the only solid part of our defense. Yeah, I get it. But every time I ask Dolphin fans, who you gonna sacrifice? Every time I ask a Dolphin fan who you gonna sacrifice, we ain't got no answer. You cannot pay everybody, people. You can't pay everybody. You just can't. And I'm not saying don't pay don't pay Christian Wilkins. I'm actually not saying that. But what I am saying is that you can't pay everybody, but everybody that say we better not trade him, then they have a hard time telling me, who do you sacrifice? Well, who do you sacrifice that you can sacrifice? Somebody said buy X. Ain't no buy X. Nobody going to want that contract coming off of a terrible year. Who can you sacrifice? And who are you willing to sacrifice? So you can't get rid of Xavier Howard. Jerome Baker, who wants Baker for the money he's making? Had a solid year, but who wants Baker? These are the things you got to think about. Somebody said Ogba. Who wants Ogba, who played trash for 9 games? I don't care that he was hurt. He played trash for 9 games, and he overpaid, getting $16 million. Who wants to take on that contract coming fresh off an injury? This is the point. You can't pay everybody, so who do y'all want to sacrifice? The only person that's worthy of being traded that makes a team say, ooh, is Christian Wilkins. Why would you trade Zyler when he's just as productive as Wilkins and he's going to be cheaper because he's not a former first-round pick? Jalen Phillips, you're going to get rid of a rookie contract to pick up a veteran contract to give big money? Austin Jackson, you must be also what good is that? Austin Jackson ain't making no money. But this is my point. I keep trying to tell y'all. The salary cap is real, even though everybody says it ain't real. If it wasn't real, then the richest owner in the league would have the best players at every position, and we would win a Super Bowl every year. And Stephen Ross is very capable of that. It is real. Just because they restructure and give signing bonuses to kick the can down the road, people need to understand that every time you see a restructure with a signing bonus, a large signing bonus, and the cap goes down all the way, that's just kicking the can down the road. It's just kicking the can down the road. And at some point, you have to answer for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's brace ourselves, because tonight we could end up back in the first round, courtesy of Christian Wilkins. Not saying it's going to happen, but brace yourself, because we could end up in the first round, courtesy of Christian Wilkins. And that's a reality. That is a reality. I said, no, stop. I get it. I get it. I get it. Now I got to get a little rough. Now I got to ruffle some feathers. Hit that like button, y'all. Got to ruffle some feathers. Man, hit the like button. We got 240 people watching and only 89 likes. Come on, man. Let me sip my coffee. Y'all ain't got to do me dirty like that, man. I know I started out throwing haymakers with stuff y'all don't want to hear, but y'all ain't got to do me like that. Shout out to the homie William Harmon, man. Salute to you, brother. All right, now I got to get real with y'all. I know I keep saying, I'm not saying trade Christian, but I'm trading him. I'm trading him. I am trading him. If his cap number, if he wants $20+ million a year, I am trading Christian Wilkins. You can't do that, man. You can't do this. Y'all gonna be mad in a year or two if we end up like Buffalo, making it to the championship round or the second round, and then we're like, we just need to get a little better. We need that piece and that piece. And we over here trying to figure out, well, we ain't gonna be able to keep everybody. So we already got to get rid of players to get under the cap, and then we ain't got no money to do nothing. Playing Jenga and stuff. Let me take this out and put it up there. Let me take that. You just don't see it now, and you're gonna be depressed later on. Why didn't Greer go do nothing? Dang, man, he know we need a this or a that. Why didn't he go after it? This is what y'all gonna be doing later. We've been down this road many times, and this is what y'all gonna do. You're going to have drafts and free agencies. Why didn't we do nothing, man? All this and all that. You can't. I'm the person, I'm trading Christian Wilkins, and I'm trying to get me a first-round pick and a fourth or something added on, because he's proven to be an NFL tackle. The problem is, I'm not trying to have this man on my roster making $20 million a year when at best he's a run stopper. Yeah, he's an energy guy, pursues plays and X, Y, and Z. But I am trying to tell y'all now, the way Fangio's defense is constructed, he's going to be relegated once again to only run stopping. Christian Wilkins is not a get up and at the quarterback guy. Never has been, people. Never has been. Yeah, Black Dolphin, I'm glad I ain't a general manager either, because it's a lot of pressure. But that's what they told me when I said that they're probably going to trade Laramie Tunsil. That's the same thing half of the fan base told me in the comment section. Thank God you ain't the general manager. Well, your general manager traded Laramie Tunsil. And I bet you yourself were one of those people that said, we better not trade Laramie Tunsil. And thank God TD ain't the GM. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize we have nothing on the shelf for 2 years from now. We have nothing on the shelf 2 years from now. First round picks and all of that, if we're going to compete like we hope we are, it's always going to be in the 20s. If we make it to the playoffs or win a first round, it's always going to be in the 20s. If we don't win a Super Bowl, it's late first round picks. And I just feel like we're shaping ourselves up to be the perennial Dallas Cowboys. And to get out of that notion, you need to trade Christian Wilkins, get the draft capital, start preparing for some of these positions that's going to be leaving in the next 2 to 3 years. 2 years from now, you ain't got enough draft picks and money to replace Teron Armstead, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, another linebacker, more offensive linemen. People do understand that the money right now, the money that we give players like Christian Wilkins, the money that we give Waddle, the money that we give Phillips, the money that we give all Javon Holland, all of them young guys, they'll now be the big contracts. See, at first, it's going to be a low cap hit. But as soon as Armstead, X, all of those guys leave, Waddle and all of them are going to take over those contracts. But then You got to hope that you have young players to fill in for Armstead, Ramsey, X, Tyreek, and all of them. And when with the draft capital we have, do you think we're going to be able to accomplish that? You can't say, well, we'll just go spend money in free agency. No, the future money is for Waddle, Phillips, Holland, all of those guys. Zyler, Wilkins, maybe. That's where those big contracts get replaced with. People need to realize these guys are, or Tua. They didn't even think about that hit. People are forgetting these guys are making peanuts right now. And when they take on the big contracts for those other big stars, now who's going to take over the little contracts and be as great as they are? And we don't even have draft capital. You're not going in free agency and getting no cheap, great player. Solution is simple. Guarantee money early. Gamble for the owner, but cap gets easier. Well, the problem with that is the Dolphins can't offer any guaranteed money early. Yeah, they give them the signing bonus, spread it out, but they're not going to, if you got a $30 million a year guy, they're not going to guarantee early and say, hey, we're going to let you be a $30 million cap hit this year. They can't, because Tyreek, Armstead, Ramsey, all of those guys are taking up that big money. That's like signing Wilkins today. And instead of taking the advantage of having him be like a $3 million cap hit this year, you automatically say we're going to front load and hey, $20 million this year. You can't. You're over the cap by $26 million now. You can't. We're not in a position to front load any contracts right now. Why do you think Xavier Howard has been restructured? He's supposed to get 20-something million a year, and he only counting like 10. Tyreek has been restructured. Everybody on this roster done restructured because they can't front load anything because we ain't got the cap space to front load nothing. I didn't skip the donation. I was just holding out to read it, but I'm gonna read it. Appreciate you donating though. Like I said, everybody who's been donating to the channel, thank y'all, because they took my monetization for going over film with y'all. I didn't think they was gonna do that. I didn't know I was at 3. I only know I got the second strike. I don't know where I got the first one from, and they don't show it, but they gave me 3. So they took your boy money away. But appreciate you, Sloth. He said, I don't know, TD. I wouldn't be mad ending up in the first round with a great pick and also getting Cook and sending Wilson away and keep Mostert. Well, y'all have to understand the benefit of a Christian Wilkins trade. You're right. Watch this. You get a first round pick. You save about $20 million a year that you would have had to spend. You get to get a player for the future in a first round pick. You have the money guaranteed for Cook. And if you can send Wilson, you get even more money. I would do it. I would do it. I'm sorry. And if we don't do it, it's all good. But I would do it. Shout out to Pete State. Hit me with the donation. Said, thanks for being you. Salute to you, Pete. Love you, brother. You gonna hit on one of them scratch-offs, Pete. Don't worry. TD, they calling you a casual because you didn't know the Hall of Fame game was a preseason game. Shaking my head. Hey, that is funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I knew the Hall of Fame game was a preseason game, But what threw me off was when I was going through the Jets schedule, and I was like, ooh, y'all got the Browns first week of the season. Y'all open the season, because I thought I was looking at their regular season schedule. Then I was like, oh, the Hall of Fame game first week, and it just didn't register. But it's all good. At the end of the day, I've been called worse than a casual. I promise you that. I've been called 10 times worse than a casual. But I embrace it, honestly. All the negative talk towards me, I've always embraced it. Because at the end of the day, God continues to allow me to win. God has continued to allow me to win. And that's about all that matters, right? I'm sure some of y'all have been winning in your life. So y'all know how I feel. And remember this too, because I heard this in church on Sunday, and I want to give y'all this word real quick. Destroy arguments, not people. Okay? Remember, in this field, YouTube and all of that, a lot of people have lost sight of that. So for y'all, just remember, when you're in the comment section and you're going back and forth with people, you're not crossing the line when you're destroying an argument, but don't destroy people. I mean, what's the purpose? That just means you are losing the argument. TD's a casual. No, talk about the Hall of Fame game and all this and that, but all that extra stuff, destroy the argument, not people. And that's what I've always done on this channel. Try to destroy the opposing argument, not the person. And a lot of people have tried to destroy me, the person, but it's all good. But I got that word Sunday, and I was like, that's a good way to look at it. Destroy arguments, not people. Love it. Love it. All right. People are always busting balls. Well, you got to understand why they always, going at people. Sometimes it's their own insecurities. A lot of times it could be jealousy. And other times they just can't articulate their argument. So, I mean, most of the time it's just they can't articulate their argument. Somebody who can't articulate their argument tends to make attacks because they don't have a good foundation of their argument. Most of the time, they're just regurgitating what somebody else said and taking it as true. So, anyway, people need to have the courage to admit when they are wrong as well. I agree. That's sometimes it's just a pride thing. That's why I've always prided myself on this channel when I say, man, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. With a lot of the things that I talk about with this team, I hope I'm wrong. But it's my job to analyze the team. How can you, like, let me ask y'all a question. Is any team in the NFL perfect? Is there any team in the NFL that's perfect? The correct answer should be no, right? So anybody who's being an analyst of a team, if everything you have to say is positive, then you're not analyzing the team properly. If everything you have to say is positive, you are not analyzing the team properly. Now, if everything you say is negative, you're also not analyzing the team properly, but people need to also recognize that good things tend not to be debated or disagreed upon. So the conversations live very short lives. The things that aren't favorable tend to be argued or debated. And that's why those conversations carry on longer. And I think this channel is a prime example of it. If I say right now, no monogamy got to go, nobody's going to bat an eye. It's going to be a whole bunch of I agrees in the comment section, and there's nothing else to talk about. But if I get to a contention point and I say something like Christian Wilkins have to go, there's people that don't feel that way, and it keeps the conversation going on reasons why. So a lot of people say things like, Tyreek Hill is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, top 3 if you ask me. No debate in that. We're all good. Let's keep moving. No conversation. Waddle's not a top 20 receiver. Oh, it's going to be some debate because he is a top 20, but it's going to be some debate and it's going to take longer. So that's why even on this channel, a lot of people say, oh, it's always negative talk. The reality is the things that people disagree with are supposed to drive the conversations most of the time. So I'm just, like I said, I try to pride myself on keeping it real. And sometimes me keeping it real could end up being false. And I admit that every time. Okay. Shout out to Sloth with the donation. He said twin ears are famous for that. I left a comment on IG the other day how Tua can't hit Reek and stride, and these people go to my page, call my kid ugly, start calling me names, literally in my DMs, going crazy, shaking my head. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works, man. And that's why, once again, destroy arguments, not people. But that's where any toxicity comes from, when you're just trying to destroy people. And that's what social media has done. It's made it so easy for other people to feel good about themselves by trying to destroy others. So we just have to be an example in our lives. You have to be an example in our lives. And another thing that I got in church this weekend that was pretty profound for me: defend your position, but don't be defensive. Defend your position, but don't be defensive. That's huge when you really think about it. Argue your position, defend it, give the reasons why, but don't get defensive. Basically, starting to attack or not be open to hearing anything. All of that stuff matters, man. And these are like rules that need to be like adhered to in the social media realm, because it'll make for a much cleaner, much more appropriate conversation. Like, I'm gonna be honest, there should be no reason why there's as much hate as it is in our community, even with creators like back and forth. We should all be on the same page together, even with disagreements. That's why, even though some of y'all attack my guy, that's why I rock with my boy Doug, man. That's the one thing we've never had that issue. We've always been able to disagree, but still have a cordial conversation, and never has come out of that. That's real. That's realness right there. That's how it's supposed to be. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. Shake Money with the donation. Appreciate you, homie. He said, I will not stand for any slander of our future Pro Bowler Noah. Hashtag Noah's Ark. Hey, you on an island, but hey, defend your position. Don't become defensive, all right? Just that's my take, all right? Noah's Ark. Oh, man. Ever have a debate with a real friend when it's understood? Those are the best. Yeah. Rare, though, these days. They're rare. Everyone that knows football is on the same page with Tua. Okay. I hope so. What page is that? I don't know, though. All right, y'all. But yeah, I would go ahead and get rid of Wilkins. I would go ahead and trade Wilkins. And I mean, it ain't the thing you want to do, but you put yourself in a position where if you do pay, like Chris Greer knows, like say Chris Greer is saying right now, okay, I'm gonna pay him. Gosh, I'm gonna pay him. Okay. What he's saying to you, if he does pay Christian Wilkins, so we got to be prepared for everything. If he get traded, I done already told you why. If we do re-sign him for a big deal, $20 million a year or something like that, it's simple, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Greer is basically like, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the future. I don't know how I'm gonna supplement this money in 2 years, but I'll figure it out when it comes. See, this is the part of Chris Greer that you'll never see. That's why the deal's not done. You had one tackle got paid $24 million a year 2 weeks ago. And yesterday you had another one that got paid $13 million a year or something like that. And I looked up the one that got paid $13 million a year. He's been a bum with the exception of last year, and he still wasn't great. He had 3 PFF years under 50, under 55, and last year he was a 71. And he got paid $13 million a year. Christian Wilkins was like an 86 or something like that last year. And continued to grow. He ain't never been in the 50s. So I placed Christian Wilkins between that guy and the other guy. That's why I'm saying Christian Wilkins going to be between 17 to 20 mil a year, could be. And it's tough. Anthony with the donation said, wait, the question is, how does Noodle Arm Tua get paid before Wilkins? Tell me, TD. Well, that's not true. First of all, leave my quarterback alone. He ain't no Noodle Arm. Second off, he didn't get paid before Wilkins. Wilkins is about to play on his 5th-year option. He already had his 5th-year option picked up. It's just that a 5th-year option for a player like for that position is like $11 million or something. Somebody said it was $11 million and his numbers were comparable. His numbers were not comparable. Stop. His numbers were not comparable. Stop that. Nate Francis, his numbers were not comparable. And that's another thing, Nate. Are you going off of 1 year? Is that what we do now in the NFL? Whatever you did in 1 year, that's what it is? Is that how it works? Because I can guarantee you the tackle that got that quote-unquote $11 million, if he would have had 4 years in a row like he did last year, he wouldn't have been no $11 million. He wouldn't have been $11 million. Christian Wilkins has been higher than him for 4 years now. Much better player. It is not comparable. TD, isn't Raekwon Davis up for a contract at the end of this season? Yeah, but who checking for Raekwon Davis? What has Raekwon Davis done for this team? I ain't trying to knock him. I'm just saying, what has he done for this team? And no, 2.5 sacks. I'm not talking about sacks. We already know that. We know we're not talking about sacks. We know Christian Wilkins ain't the sack guy. But what Raekwon? Who's checking for Raekwon? The contract year is big, though. Yeah, of course. It's your last chance to make an impression. Of course it's big. But it's also how teams get screwed. It's also how teams get screwed. Look at Tua, for instance. We understand we kind of had to pick up the 5th-year option. We don't want to take the risk just in case he ends up great. But what if Tua bombs this year? What if he's worse than his rookie year? And maybe not likely, but just play with that. What if he bombs this year? How does that make you feel about the 5th year being $23 million and you got him on the roster? How would that make you feel? And screw the play. Say it ain't about him bombing, but hey, he misses another 6 games at the end of the season, out for the season. How does that make you feel? So contract years, yeah, but it's tough, man. tough. I hate to trade him, but it wouldn't be for Cook. It would be for future compensation. Yeah. I hope they get rid of him before the trade deadline. TD, would you cut to him? I mean, you can't now. And no, I wouldn't cut him. He got guaranteed. That's guaranteed money. We guaranteed his entire rookie deal. His entire rookie deal. But no, I wouldn't cut Tua. I told y'all already. Hold on. I've already told y'all Tua is good enough not to be good enough, which means he ain't no bum, but he ain't no elite quarterback. He's always going to be good enough to survive, but not blow your mind away for the overall. He'll have blow your mind away moments and he'll have trash moments. This is who Tua is. He's going to have moments that justify why he's the greatest of all time, and he's going to have moments like Pat White. It's just who he is. But his overall will always be good enough, not to be good enough, but good enough to be good enough to be around. It's the worst kind of quarterback you can have, I'm telling you. Of course, you'd rather have a guaranteed no that you know the guy is the dude, but I'd rather have a guy who a bum than a guy who leaves you in purgatory still trying to figure out, man, it's the worst situation you could be in because you could be blinded for 7 years, 10 years. It's like that Andy Dalton effect. You feel me? The Andy Dalton effect. It's tough. Tannehill all over again? No. I think this is worse than Tannehill in a good way. Like in a bad good way. No, never mind. It's Tannehill, yeah. It's just we never put this around Tannehill. If Tannehill had this level of weapons, he'd still be here, but he may still be wasting our time. Man. Tua is good enough to Arena League pass. Sorry, guy. We are wasting once again a season. Hope we wrong. I hope we wrong. Oof. Never put a roster or coaches around Tannehill, around Ryan. Yeah. But Ryan started getting hurt too. You know, that was a part of why they didn't want to keep going. But Tua's already got hurt more than Ryan. Tua's already got hurt more than Ryan Tannehill, seemed like. Tannehill just had longer durations of his injuries because they were season ending. Do you think we'll make the playoffs, CD? Yeah. We should. Of course we should make the playoffs. Nah, Tua better than that, but he hold up like TD said. Better than what? That is that's one curious thing that I always have. People that say that Tua is better than Ryan Tannehill. And I'm not saying he's not, but I will always ask, what has Tua done that Ryan Tannehill hasn't done in this league so far? What has Tua done that Ryan Tannehill hasn't done in this league so far? And I know Tannehill's been in the league longer, but this is why it's blasphemy to even say that. Because Tua has done not a single thing that Tannehill hasn't done in this league. Not one. You can't name not one thing Tua did that Tannehill didn't do in this league. And Tannehill didn't do better. That's why I don't understand that. Now, will he end up better? We hope so. Definitely hope so. Definitely hope so. And that ain't just eye test. Statistically, all these stats they want to throw out about Tua now first in this, first in that, he ain't did nothing Tua ain't did. I mean, Tannehill ain't did. And Tannehill did it better. Anyway, well, I guess if that's the only thing we could hold on to, Tua's undefeated versus Belichick. I guess. Yeah. To your Tannehill, same thing. We end up a mediocre team. TD, we just don't have enough to get over the hump. Yeah, well, hopefully this year we can get over the hump. Y'all don't understand. This team is loaded. This roster is loaded. Can we be better? Of course. But no team is perfect. But this roster is loaded. This roster is good enough to get over the hump. Will they? Let's see the execution of the players and the execution of the coaching. We are loaded. So we ain't got no excuses, y'all. We don't have any excuse. All the excuses been debunked anyway. They've been debunked. If the O-line don't play well, well, there's other teams that's going to Super Bowls and their O-line hasn't played great either. The Bengals last year and this year, they went far. We don't have any excuse. This team just got to come together, play great football, and then do it better than the other team on the other side of the ball in every facet of the game. That's what it's going to come down to. And we got to deliver and get the job done through execution, coaching, and decision making. If you're a Dolphin fan, we all sick of it, man. Get the job done. And whoever stands in the way of us getting the job done, they're going to get criticized to the utmost. No excuses. But what a lot of people don't want to talk about are expectations. This is a team sport. One man, one woman, one blah, blah, blah in the organization doesn't lose at all. But there's some players that have expectations. Xavier Howard has expectations. The money he's getting paid, he cannot play the way that he played last year, laboring in injury or not, because his whole career he's been laboring in injury. Jalen Ramsey has an expectation to play at a high level for the money that we've given him and the capital that we've given up to get him. There's an expectation of a high level of play. Bradley Chubb, we need Denver version, not the Miami Dolphins early version. Not the supplemental version. Well, he also helps others get off. No, we need you to be a dog. Help others get off and you get off. The draft capital we gave up. Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we have already picked in the 2023 first round. Our selection was Bradley Chubb. Expectations. Tua Tagovailoa, his team invested to pick up a fifth-year option on you. Don't pee the bed in year 4. There are expectations on you to not only play at a high level consistently, but move forward from the great times you had last year and minimize the bad times you had last year. Every quarterback's going to have some bad times, but you got to minimize the bad times you had. Waddle, you're supposed to be the future of this team. Stop catching the ball with your chest. Stop looking to run before you secure the ball. Get it done. Tyreek, we made you the highest paid receiver, gave up the world for you. You better be posting on Twitter 2,000. Expectations. Only player I don't have no expectations from, honestly, is Teron Armstead. I know you're going to be a dog and you're going to give us 11 games. I don't have no 14, 15 game expectation. I don't have no Teron Armstead. We paid you money and all this and that. You need to be healthy. I don't have that expectation. We knew this from day one. I told y'all from day one, 11 games, 12 if you're lucky. I told y'all that from day one. Ain't nothing changed. So he played 11, 12 games. He did his job. The sad part is you don't have a contingency plan for the other 5. That's part of the issue with this team. We don't have a contingency plan for the other 5. We ain't even got a right tackle or a left guard. Do you know that this year, when Teron Armstead didn't play, especially in that first Jets game, the left tackle had the lowest grade of any player all season on PFF? Lowest grade ever. I think it was like a 2. 2 PFF. I ain't know it's possible. I thought you could go out there and whiff on every block and at least get a 10. A 2. Talking about, well, if Tua played the Jets game, man, Tua would have been out there. Man, Tua career might have been over. What that left tackle was doing, man, Tua career might be over right now. From that Jets game, the first one. Lamar might have been here. I ain't gonna get y'all mad. I ain't gonna get you mad. That's you. Oh, man, somebody said it was a 1. Man. But yeah, there's too many players on this team. There are expectations. Expectations, man. Javon Holland, you in a new system now, baby. Now it's saying you. I don't expect you to be all in the box every play and all this and that. You and Brandon Jones, and I done already told y'all, Brandon Jones might not even get the starting job. I done already told y'all, Brandon Jones might not even start. The safety we brought in is a better fit in Fangio's system than Brandon Jones. Y'all ain't gotta like it. And he been a better player anyway. He's a better player anyway. Just saying. We need Brandon Jones. I'll be devastated. Yeah, we need Brandon Jones. There's some good depth. Some good depth. This is what I'm assuming. Brandon Jones going to get some snaps at the position, but he's not going to be the starter. This is just what I believe, and I hope that changes and he thrives in Fangio's system. But I think Elliott's going to be the starter. Brandon Jones is going to be his backup, and he's going to get reps. And then whenever they're going to dial up like blitzes off the edge, they're going to bring Brandon Jones in, put him in the nickel, and they're going to send him on the blitz, and they're going to be rotating. The defensive end or the edge, Jalen Phillips, he going to back out in the nickel. The nickel going to come on the blitz. They're just going to rotate it. That's just what they do. Brandon Jones is a dog, TD. Well, in Fangio's defense, he about to meet Mike Vick. Because Elliott coming for that job. Elliott is coming for that job. Unless you get one of them knick-knack injuries in camp and Brandon Jones is primarily the guy. I'm just telling y'all, this is what I believe. A ball game in here said we don't know that. We've never asked Jones to do something that Fangio's system requires. All the past regime asked him to do is blitz the QB. That haven't even tapped into all Jones offers, in my opinion. Well, I agree to a degree, but we're not gonna sit here and act like he ain't had no coverage in the previous regimes. We're not gonna act like he ain't had no coverage experience. And in his coverage experience, he's graded pretty low. Brandon Jones has graded pretty low in coverage. His experience in coverage has graded pretty low. It was a little better last year. But when you look at Elliott, he's always graded better. That's all I'm saying. And when Fangio's system's rocking and rolling, Brandon Jones might be a all-pro. We don't know. I'm just going off of what we do know. It looks like that position will be up for a real competition. That's all I'm saying. It will be up for competition. In the easier terms, it ain't Brandon Jones' job. It's up for competition. And I think a lot of guys on the defense job is up for competition because it's a new system. With the exception of Ramsey, X, Holland, Chubb. And our new middle linebacker. Is Fangio gonna unlock the defense like the O-line coach from last year was? I don't get. You got to say that again in different words. I don't get what you're saying. Brandon Jones gonna have 10 interceptions. Watch. We hope so. We hope so. That would be that'll be beautiful. Hey, there's only one downside to Brandon Jones having 10 picks. Another person you got to pay big money to the next year. Keep on adding them up. Oh, the Knicks played Heat. Okay. So the Heat got a chance to survive another round. All right. All the way till they get to Boston. Then it's over. TD Lamar to the 49ers. I'm hearing it. If Lamar goes to the 49ers, I believe they're the most dangerous team in football. If Lamar goes to the 49ers, they're the most dangerous team in football, and I'm so glad that they're in the NFC. I'm so glad they're in the NFC. The Eagles will not beat the 49ers if Lamar goes there. But I believe they'll be the best team in football. That'll be sick. That'll be sick. Unfair. Well, people say the cap ain't real, so no biggie. Nah, not these people. Not these people over here. I know it's real. I know it's a biggie, especially with the way the Dolphins are moving with it. Oh, it's a biggie. It's a biggie. We got too many young players that's going to need their money. Too many. More than any other team. It's a biggie. Lamar to the 49ers, bring it. They will. They will. Better there than with the Pats. You ain't never lied. I mean, that team is better than the Pats would be, though. Lamar on the Pats makes them dangerous, but it ain't going to be the same as Lamar on the 49ers. And they got an O-line to protect Lamar. Man, listen. Lamar go to the 49ers, it's a wrap. That's why if I'm the 49ers, I'm all in. I'm all in on that. You know Lamar, his favorite security blanket, the tight end, and he going to have Kittle. The run game going to be nasty, that option. You don't know who getting the ball. Debo, McCaffrey. Then you got Ayuk. Oh, yeah, it's a great issue to have, ball game. The only issue is the fans that, fall in love with players. That's the issue. Those people, they're going to have to get over the fact that we can't keep everybody. Somebody is going to get traded for assets. But as you know, real Dolphin fans understand that and they're fine with it. But, some people get in their feelings when we trade, good players. Because you can't re-sign everybody. Every team in the NFL has showed that. And we got more first, second, third rounders that may deserve their money than anybody. So it'll be interesting. I keep hearing Lamar to 49ers. Tonight's going to be interesting. Tonight is going to be interesting. There may be some major moves. It might be quiet tonight, but there may be some major moves. Why did Tua Near stop coming around debating you, TD? I don't know. I guess they got tired of losing. Maybe some of their leaders have instructed them not to. I don't know. But it makes it so much more peaceful. I'll tell you that, because it ain't been many coming around lately, and I love it. Speaking of that segues me into, they need to stop hating on our quarterback, man. Nobody giving our quarterback respect. Nobody is giving our quarterback any respect whatsoever. I mean, you can't buy respect. Every outlet. But look at it this way. Tua finally has become a top 10 quarterback in the AFC. That's what they doing, man. Oh, man. All these lists that's coming out having him 8th and 9th in the AFC. I got to be honest with you. When I look at the lists, I can't disagree with them. I can't disagree with those lists having Tua 8th and 9th in the AFC. And when you look at the totality of the NFL, he's around 14, 15. But that's improvement, though. That ain't nothing to knock. For Tua in the NFL realm to be around 14, 15, y'all forget he was 28th. He was like 28th. Hey, to go up to 14, 15, that's dope. Take what you can. Nobody expected him to just sit at 3. $14th, 15th is pretty mid. I mean, yeah, you can call it that, but it's better than what it was. And he got another year to maybe push on that even more. Make it better. To a healthy top 5 to 8 in the NFL. See, that's the craziness that I just never understand. I like this conversation of if healthy. First of all of these rankings are as if he's healthy. When you do rankings, you talk about his play on the field. Like, people forget. When Tua is healthy, what has he shown you? When he's healthy, what has Tua shown you when he was healthy? When Tua was healthy, he showed me an amazing Baltimore fourth quarter, which was brilliant, or second half. When he was healthy, he showed me an amazing Lions game. When he was healthy, he showed me an amazing Bears game. When he was healthy, he showed me an amazing Browns game. That's what he showed me when he was healthy. 3 amazing games in an amazing quarter or half. I saw 3.5 amazing quarters when he was healthy. You want to know what else I saw when he was healthy? I saw a lackluster Patriots game, first one of the season. I saw a not good what's the team? Pittsburgh game. I saw a Houston game where McDaniels was kind of mad and say, no, he playing in the second half. He got stuff to figure out. And then he ended up going against him playing because he was getting abused as soon as he got out there. I saw that when he was healthy. I saw the freaking San Francisco 49ers game after that one slant that went for 80-something, 70-yard touchdown. After that, I saw that game when he was healthy. I saw the Chargers debacle when he was healthy. I saw a good Green Bay game when he was healthy. And I saw a horrific Green Bay fourth quarter when he was healthy. One that single-handedly, like it's rare to say one player single-handedly lost the game. In the whole season, you probably got 2 or 3 games that a player single-handedly lost. Because I don't care what none of y'all say. Waddle lost the Minnesota game. You can call it whatever you want. You had over 450 yards passing from 2 backup quarterbacks combined. Waddle single-handedly lost that game. But the Green Bay game, Tua single-handedly lost it. But I saw all this when he was healthy. So I saw just as much great play as I saw as terrible play when he was healthy. So what's this notion of if he was healthy? This is the only notion it doesn't calculate to me when people say that. It just doesn't calculate to me. If he was healthy, which version of healthy? It feels like when people say that, they're holding on to talking points. They're holding on to talking points. What's up? Give it to me. Yeah, you can. You can bring it over there just in case she fall asleep on me. Hey, mommy say you giving her a hard time. You giving mommy a hard time? Hey, don't be looking at the TV. Say hi to everybody. Don't be rude. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you looking at the TV. What you watching? Stephen A. Smith? Nah. Oh, girl. All right, stand up. You want to be a part of this stream? Mommy say you a live wire this morning. You was out there giving her trouble? You was out there giving her trouble? You were giving mommy the business? You were giving mommy the business? You were giving her the business? All right, mama girl. All right, come on. How about this? Don't eat my hair. Don't eat my hair. Why mommy got this bow on you? I don't think it match. Oh, she drooling on me. Say hi, everyone. Say hi. Say hi. She just staring. Yeah, you see yourself drooling? You see yourself drooling? Dada? Dada? She over there staring at you. She is very attentive today. You can put the thing, hook the thing on there. You got me? Thank you. All right, y'all. I'll tell you what, let the Fins pull off a miracle surprise and make a move for Lamar. I will go nuts. I ain't gonna lie, I thought about it this morning, Larry. I'm Carrie. I thought about it this morning. I said, man, what do we get in the draft and it's a blockbuster or the day before the draft? I thought about it. There was still hope. Oh, man. Yeah, mama girl. Yeah, mama girl. Yeah, I thought about it, man. Trust me. Girl, you drew it all over me. I just feel it. Hey, but yeah, man, it has been a little bit like I woke up this morning like, what if there's a blockbuster Lamar in Miami, man? Because just like I say, best team in football, he go to 49ers. Same thing with Miami. Who's better than us if Lamar is here? On paper, of course, right? Who's better than us? You is bouncy. Who's better than us if Lamar is here? Can you answer the question in the comment section? What team is better than us if Lamar Jackson is in Miami? On paper, of course. You is excited? Nobody better. Nobody better. You like it too. You like the trade too. Yeah, you like the trade too. Somebody said Houston. Chiefs and Bengals ain't gonna be better than us with no Lamar. We're the best team in football if we got Lamar. Here, mommy gonna get you, okay? She is bouncy. All right. Ugh. Yes, they will, man. We be the best team in football, man. It's a fact. What up, James? What up, Vivian? I want Tua out of here, but I know two people who definitely don't want Lamar if they being honest. Hill and Waddle. Nope. Hill and Waddle would be just fine. Matter of fact, they might catch more deep balls in stride. They probably will catch way more deep balls in stride. And let me tell you what's gonna make Tyreek happy. Tyreek want to win a Super Bowl outside of Kansas City. Because he's taking an L right now, even though he's looking like he's saving face. Tyreek taking that L. The Chiefs said, we ain't need you. I don't care how you look at it. That's exactly what the Chiefs did. They said, we ain't need you. We just had you, and we used you the way you should be used. We're not going to force feed you the ball. We're going to operate in our system because we can plug other people in and we can have just as much productivity. Mommy wants you. Here you go. Hey. They basically said we didn't need you. They said we didn't need you. And then they proved it. They proved it. You think Tyreek like that? What up, C007? Love you, brother. They proved it. You don't think Tyreek want to return that favor? Tyreek definitely want to return that favor. Tyreek know what time it is. Tyreek want to win a Super Bowl. He'd take Lamar all day. I have to agree, TD. We are a QB away. Everybody know it. It's just people holding out hope for Tua, and I get it. You're a Tua fan. You want to see the kids succeed. I get it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm with you. I got you. Yes. Let's go, Tua. Get it done. Yay. But if you want your answer preliminary, you want it early, hey, Lamar will get us there. And, of course, it's always going to be the question if healthy, but it's the same thing with Tua, so it's a wash when it comes to that. But from a play standpoint, no. You ain't got no question. Lamar at his worst is productive. Truly thankful, said TD, you got to get on your workout plan. These young kids gonna kill us, man. They be working on it, don't they? They be working on it, but I'm on it. Doing my very best, man. No, there is something wrong with that. Wrong with what? Elaborate, please. If we can get Lamar Jackson, go get him. We could have always have gotten Lamar Jackson. We can get him now if we want. It's just a matter of if we want, and we don't want. We don't want. What up, cuz? Showing you and the family love at work. God bless you and your lovely family. Love you, man. Appreciate you. Love you so much. Hope all is well with the fam. You got to catch up, TD. These muscles don't work themselves out. Oh, I know. Trust me, I'll be in there working it out. Lamar was unanimous MVP. Players actively make fun of Tua. Man, the world makes fun of Tua. He gets zero respect in the NFL. It is what it is, man. Lamar would bring a different dimension to the offense. And the thing with Lamar, we would run similar to the same offense, but now you'd have that running threat. Now when the line break down, man, boy, defenses are going to be in trouble. The middle of the field is even more wide open because you got a QB spy. Lamar floating it down the field 65 yards. Nasty. Nasty. I don't care what none of you say. Tyreek might put up 200 yards a game. I don't care what none of y'all say. This so-called guy who can't pass the ball might put up 6,000 yards. Because the one thing none of y'all can tell me is that you've seen Lamar Jackson with a Tyreek and Waddle at the same time. Hell, you ain't never seen him with a Tyreek by himself. And we the same team, he go put up 5 touchdowns every chance he get. Y'all forget last time we played him when Tua had 6 touchdowns, Lamar had 5. Y'all forget when they came to Miami a few years ago and we called him a running back, he threw for 5 touchdowns. 300-400 yards. I did see Tua beat Lamar last season. No, you didn't. You saw Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle beat Lamar by himself. That's what you saw. That's what you saw. Who Lamar had. And I ain't never seen such stupid play in a secondary in my life. Got a rookie man-to-man with Tyreek giving cushion, stopping at the sticks and letting Tyreek run right past him with no safety help. Twice. Never seen nothing like that in my life. But we'll take it. I just hate that we'll take it, but it still amounted to nothing. I wanted to amount for something. I want to win a Super Bowl and be like, all of these things mattered. All of them things mattered. Imagine winning the Super Bowl last year. You know how much more you can amplify Tua's Baltimore game then? If it wasn't for Tua's miracles in the fourth quarter, we wouldn't have never made the playoffs that led to the Super Bowl. See, you want it to mean something. And when you don't finish the job, it's just like he threw some wide open receivers in the fourth quarter. I just want us to move to the first, and that'll relieve a little of the stress this team place onto me on Sundays. Move to the first. First what? First round? TD, she getting big. Yeah, she over here playing. Yeah. Just leave her here. She good. She just gonna be making all that noise, fun noise. She laughing. The kid. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, how's the family, man? The family's blessed, man. We're doing good. Just keep us in your prayers. You know, everybody will always need prayers, and I pray for y'all as often as I possibly can. And I'm in a season right now where I'm just praying for everyone's prosperity. You know, just good times in life, man. You know, life can be stressful at times, and the more you can be away from that feeling of stress, man, the better it can be. You know, the more you can enjoy the sun, the sunlight, you know, the air that you're breathing. Right. Bat had and threw for 6,000. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, man. What else? What QB threw for 6,000 yards? No QB is thrown for 6,000 that I know of. Maybe it has, but none that I can think of right now. Pray for my Chargers, TD. Hey, man, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all about them Chargers, man. If y'all don't turn the corner this season and do nothing special, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. I think y'all going to break out this year, though, because you have to. You have to. You have to. Can't have a freaking quarterback like that. And the funny thing is, 2 years ago, your defense sucked. They didn't help your quarterback on the other side of the ball. And then you go spend money on defense, and they get hurt and get in all kind of trouble. Who that y'all got from the Patriots, the corner? Barely, you ain't get to see none of that reward. What's his name? Dang, I'm running a blank. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all gonna see it in the comment section in a second. Yeah. What is his name? Yeah, JC Jackson. Dang, I was far. I'm in my head like saying all kind of other names. Like, no, that ain't it, man. But yeah, man, y'all, the Chargers, man, y'all have to this year. But that leads me to a conversation, though. Like I said, with the whole tour respect thing, when you look at the quarterbacks in the AFC, it is about to be very interesting, y'all. It is about to be very interesting. Let me go to this list real quick. Let me go to this list real quick. One moment. Oh Lord, now I gotta find it again because I did something to it. Come on, everybody been talking about it, so. This sucks. Dang, where are my? One moment, Joe. Hit that like button for me. All right, here we go. All right, so matter of fact, let me share this with myself so I can put it on the screen. All right, let me accept my airdrop. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna put it on here. All right, let me just share my screen. Present, share screen, window. All right, here we go. Let me get in the frame here. All right, hopefully y'all can see this. All right, here we go. Here we go. So here's what's interesting. Do we have a better team than the Chiefs? Top to bottom, quarterback, everything included? Yes or no in the comment section. Do we have a better team than the Chiefs? I'll let y'all answer. Jose said yes. A better team, better scheme, all of that, huh? You think that we got a better one than the Chiefs? Yeah. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Well, the buck stops right there. I ain't even got to go through this then. Yeah. I ain't even got to go through this then. If we got a better team overall than the Chiefs, then there's no excuse. We're going to win a Super Bowl. We're going to win a Super Bowl. Period. Ain't no way we could lose a Super Bowl whatsoever. Period. Somebody said better wide receivers and cornerbacks. Do we have better wide receiver core? So y'all think we have a better wide receiver core than the Chiefs? I know everybody's going to say yes, right? Then why did they produce more than us? Even if Tua would have stayed healthy all year and you would have played the averages, we still wasn't going to have more yards than Patrick Mahomes or touchdowns. And let's see, if you want to play the averages, take Tua's average and average it out for him to play the whole season. Why wasn't he going to have better numbers than Mahomes then? No, I know we got better receivers, but why would Mahomes still produce more? Take Tua's numbers, average them out for the whole season, and Mahomes still got better numbers. Just curious. Because of tight end, it doesn't matter. It's the core, right? But listen, man. Them losing Juju or whatever, I think that they're going to be the favorites to get D-Hop. As long as the Jets don't get D-Hop, I'm fine. But I think the Chiefs are going to get D-Hop and be right back where they were. Same thing. Same thing. Who's a better receiver, D-Hop or Juju? Just asking y'all. Who's a better receiver? D-Hop or Juju? Answer the question. My point exactly. So if they get D-Hop, they actually get even better. Bills getting D-Hop? Maybe. You might be right. I don't know. I'm just saying. But if they get D-Hop, let me ask y'all a question. Who do you think D-Hop would go to? You think if it's his decision, you think he going to the Chiefs or Buffalo? The Chiefs or Buffalo? They said Ravens might get D-Hop, which I don't like. I need him at the Browns training camp. I ain't gonna lie. If D-Hop, see, this is what bothers me about with the whole Dolphin thing, right? We keep on toting out Tyreek and Waddle. If D-Hop goes to Kansas City, they have a better duo with D-Hop and Kelsey than Tyreek and Waddle. Y'all go argue with me. You argue with yourself. That duo I would take over Tyreek and Waddle. Because it's 10 times more balanced. One of them killing the middle of the field, the other killing the outside and the deep. If D-Hop goes to Buffalo and you got D-Hop and Diggs, I don't think they might even be better. D-Hop goes to Baltimore with Odell. Well, if Odell is the best version of himself, we don't have the advantage. All three of those teams, if D-Hop goes, if he does go to the Browns with Amari Cooper, you no longer can sit here and say, we got the best wide receiver duo hands down. This is what we need to understand as Dolphin fans. One move in the things that you praise is no longer your advantage. You know this ain't 2015, right? D-Hop ain't no spring chicken anymore. You done lost your mind. D-Hop still working. D-Hop still got it. I was watching them Arizona games when he came back. Fresh out the gate, getting open. Now his quarterback was tripping. See, you forgetting about Mark Andrews. True. See? We still have the fastest receivers, not just the best. Fastest receivers, what does that matter? They always got to slow down for the ball anyway. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, I hate that I be right about stuff like that. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop. But I ain't gonna lie, this AFC is about to be a juggernaut. And the crazy thing is, we got one of the matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we might have the toughest schedule in the NFL now. We were the second toughest schedule behind the Eagles. Now we might have the toughest schedule because the Jets, who we have to play twice, got Aaron Rodgers. We might have the toughest schedule in the NFL now of all teams. I haven't seen the calculator that calculates it, but the Eagles were ahead of us. But now that the Jets have gotten Aaron Rodgers, we might have leapfrogged them as the toughest schedule in the NFL. Yeah, even if we sweep them, it still is a harder task. The Miami Dolphins might have the toughest schedule in the NFL this year. And it is so interesting when you look at it. It's like, really, who isn't going to make the playoffs this year? I mean, I got to put Kansas City and the Bengals in. Everybody else, it's a toss-up. This is nasty. This is going to be nasty. Buffalo, are they still up there? Chargers, will they finally make the strides? They made it last year, but will they even be better? See, I'm going to tell y'all what's going to determine a lot this year. What's going to determine a lot is that weak old division with the Colts, Jacksonville, Houston, and Tennessee. That's the thing that's going to determine so many people, because all of them have a weak schedule. They're going to be racking up wins because they have weak schedules this year. They're going to be racking up wins against other weak teams. And what you don't want is two of those teams to have great schedules just because they play bums. Let me give you an example. Houston, they'll probably draft a quarterback. They still going to be trash. The Colts, I think they're still going to be trash. They might lose 5 division games each, and they'll split with each other. But do you understand that gives the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars 4 automatic potential wins? Even though they play them tough every year, but it could give Jacksonville and Tennessee 4 wins just because of the division. And it's teams like that can make it rough for everybody else, because both teams can end up with like 11 wins. One of them win a division, one of them get a wild card, but everybody else played hard teams and they better than both of those teams, but they slugged it out so much that they end up with 9 or 10 wins. They ended up with 9 or 10 wins. And people need to understand, when we won 9 games last year, you're not supposed to make the playoffs with 9 wins in 17-game season. What happened last year is a rare situation that happens like every 6 years or 7 years, where a 9-win team gets a wild card easily. And that was with an extra spot, because it's 7 teams now. The new number to make the playoffs is 10. And that may not even be guaranteed all the time. The reason we got in last year is because of these teams right here. The Denver Broncos, what they did, the Browns situation, Baltimore's situation. You see what I'm saying? These are teams that nobody expected to be in the situation they were in. So don't expect for them to be in the same situation this year. You got the Browns, who may jump out the gate. You got Denver with the right coach now. Baltimore, if Lamar stays with an actual weapon. Well, Baltimore is a playoff team regardless if Lamar would have been healthy. I mean, that's a team that you can guarantee will be in the playoffs every year if he's healthy. It's the only reason we made the playoffs. And then you also look at the Colts situation with Tennessee. Tennessee dealing with them injuries. They matter of fact, Tennessee was the best team in football. Many were arguing by week 9 or 10. And then when Derrick Henry got hurt, then Tannehill got hurt. Henry came back, but it didn't matter. In Jacksonville caught all the way up and won a division. That shouldn't have even happened. This is why we made the playoffs. Nobody expected the Raiders to do what they did. Another reason we made the playoffs. It's going to be tough this year, but it's going to be fun, y'all. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun this year. I personally feel like I'm going to be doing so much cheering, but I might be doing a lot of yelling too. I'm going to be cheering and yelling at the same time. We're not even talking about Pittsburgh, who's on the rise. This year is going to be crazy. And you know what? I don't expect nothing but domination. I don't expect nothing but domination. And if this team wins 9 or less games, ladies and gentlemen, it is a failure. If we win 9 or less games, it is a failure. Straight failure. And if you miss the playoffs altogether, I keep asking that question. Nobody really want to answer it. If we miss the playoffs altogether, what do y'all think? What's your thoughts on if we miss the playoffs? Yeah. What's your thoughts if this team missed the playoffs altogether? Everyone gone. Now you share my thoughts. You share my thoughts. TD, are you planning to attend training camp for the Fins this year? Still undecided. Remember, I mean, we got baby girl now, and I don't want to put too much on the wife. So I'm still debating that. You know, because having everybody, usually I'm just go to my parents and stuff like that. But if I have everybody with me, I'll probably have to make, hotel accommodations and all of that. And I always have to do a cost benefit analysis. And I don't know if the cost is going to be beneficial, but we'll see. TD, your baby girl is having you the answer, crying. She ain't crying though. She's just having a good time. She is a screamer. Like I ain't talk about screaming because she crying, like having fun. She got this loud pitch. Like it'd be piercing. Hey, mama girl. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get her to do it. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You see, I always get her to do it. Ah! Hey, don't be eating that book. It's a duck. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's listen. All of these are possibilities, and no one talks about it. And we'll see. I ain't gonna operate as if it's gonna happen. Of course not. But we're gonna see. But we got the draft tonight. It's gonna be going down. I'm excited. I'm gonna be streaming the first round because we might be doing something. Plus, y'all know me. I ain't a typical person. I like to analyze other teams. I'm gonna really be looking at what the Chiefs do. Will they get them a running back? I mean, not a running back. Will they get another wide receiver, or will they go for a lineman? Joe Burrow and company. What are they gonna do? Are they looking to go on defense? Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. What are they gonna do? Will they bring in another receiver? Will they get Gibbs? Will they get the running back? Chargers. Will they go defense? I don't follow the Jags like that, so I don't know what's going on over there, really. Not in its entirety. The Jets. That's the one you really want to look out for. What will they draft? I'm going to tell you now, the Jets get a top wide receiver, because you still getting a great wide receiver at 15. If they get a receiver, I'm going to tell you now. The Jets going to be the real deal. If they get a receiver, Rodgers, they already got the running back. They already got the O-line. If they get another receiver to go with the offensive rookie of the year, I'll leave it alone. Baltimore, what are they going to do? Man, I'm going to tell you, a lot of these teams, one player can really elevate the whole roster. And here we are watching everybody. We ain't got no pick. But we'll see. Yeah, mama girl. She trying to crawl. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, give me a second. So I'm gonna drop the link real quick. let y'all come on in, chop it up with me. Do us a little. Y'all give me a second. A little brief panel time. Let some of y'all come here and chop it in, share your thoughts. Start a little open conversation. All right, the link has been dropped in the comment section. If you want to come in and join the conversation, we're going to open it up to a few at once. Let me pin this comment. Iggy Fest. Ooh, what's up with that name?
Yo, what's up, TD?
What up, y'all? We got Noah Monogamy on the line. Talk to us, man.
I'm doing great, man. Noah's going to have a Hall of Fame type season this year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what playing time will he find?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go at Mike McDaniel. He's not giving Noah any playing time.
So maybe we should bench Ramsey and make him Noah's backup, huh?
Exactly.
Come on, man. You can't come on here with that type of delusion, man. We got real viewers. What's up, Crypto?
Hey, what's up? What's up, fellas? Hey, what's up, TD? What's up, Greg? Hey, I want to give you a slight correction. Not necessarily pushback. Not necessarily a pushback, but a slight correction on your schedule as far as strength of schedule.
Uh-huh.
You might have a little bit more insight, but I'm thinking you mistaking strength of schedule as far as being the second hardest versus second place schedule, because we play a lot of teams that were second place, not necessarily second best overall in the league.
No, so let me help you out. Now this has changed since the draft. I mean, not.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean by second place, though, right?
Yeah. So here you go, right here. You see that strength of schedule?
Yeah. But
I know what you're talking about. Second place. We play all the teams that were second in their division too.
Right, which means if all the division winners play first place schedules, then how can we have a harder schedule than them and they play first place teams?
Because Buffalo is number one and we have to play them twice. It's harder for us to play them than them to play us. So our schedule is harder.
Oh, that's the way that they do the rankings when it came to that. Okay.
Yeah, everything, put it like this. All the other games are pretty much kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
But we have to play Buffalo twice.
Right.
And they're a harder team than us. So it makes it harder for us than them because we're the weaker opponent, according to last year, than Buffalo.
Right. But how many other teams that won the division that we play? I know we play Kansas City and the Eagles.
Yeah, we play Kansas City. We play the Eagles. We play the Bengals. Well, I think.
Oh, we play the Bengals again?
Yeah. Oh, no.
I thought we played the Chargers.
No, you're right. We don't have the Bengals. I was looking at this like it was the schedule. My bad. But yeah, we got the Chargers.
I think that's it. As far as because we don't play. I don't think we play the.
As far as first.
We don't play the Jaguars. We play the Titans.
Yeah, as far as division winners, yes, you're correct. But
right,
again,
so shouldn't Buffalo be harder? But shouldn't Buffalo's be harder than us? Because they have to play every first place team.
No, no. We all play some of these teams. We play like-minded.
What do you mean like? Yeah, what do you mean by like-minded? Like the same as us?
Yeah, like the Chiefs. They were first place, right?
Yeah.
We still play them though.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the only ones that they probably play that we don't is, like you said, the Jaguars. But remember, the Jaguars barely creeped in. They were really no difference than Tennessee.
Yeah, down the stretch. Yeah, right. Yeah. They caught them. I think Tennessee was up like by 4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
like again, before December, then they caught them.
This is what I'm trying to help you understand, though. The reason why our schedule is tougher than Buffalo's is because Buffalo is the harder team based off of last year. We have to play them twice. We're not as hard as Buffalo, and they have to play us twice.
Right. Since Buffalo's a higher ranking, since we played a team at our level or above them.
Yeah.
Well, we higher.
Yeah, but just them alone, we have to play them, which is the better. So say they were a 10 out of 10 and we were an 8 out of 8. We got to play the 10 out of 10 twice, and they got to play the 8 out of 10 twice. So it's harder for us.
Okay, because I was a little off on how they can rank us as being second, but we only play a second place schedule.
Yeah, but that second place schedule doesn't have much disparity. Like you said, the Jaguars, what they win 9 games.
Yeah,
And how many?
even though they're a first place team.
Yeah, how many did the Titans win?
They won about, I think, 7 or 8.
No. It came down to the last week with them.
Yeah, so right. It was the last week.
It ain't that big of a difference, right?
Right.
And I'm pulling it up now, by the way, us in Buffalo, to show you the difference of the schedule. Tell you who they have versus that we don't have. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Give me a second.
Right. Because the Chargers was 3rd place. I mean, and we played them last year because the previous year we was ranked 3rd in our division.
Okay, so let's do this real quick. They have Denver. We don't have Denver.
No, we play that whole division, TD.
Wait, let me see.
We play everybody in that division.
No.
Play the
Okay,
whole West.
My bad. It was colored. My bad. I got 2 different separate ones here. All right. We both play the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm going through the schedule. We both got the Cowboys. No. Wait, hold on. Do we have the? Yeah, we both got the Cowboys.
Right.
We both have the Giants. We both got the Eagles, and we both got Washington.
Right.
Like I said, we actually play. They play Jacksonville, and we don't play Jacksonville. We play Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. They have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And the Jets got to play the Colts.
We don't have the Bucs.
No, they don't. Texans, I mean. Yeah.
So they have the Bucs. And let me see. Trying to figure out who else. They also have the Bengals. We don't have the Bengals.
We got the Ravens.
Right.
Yeah, we have the Ravens. Okay.
Yeah, that's because the Ravens didn't win the division and we didn't.
Yeah. We both got the Chargers. So that's the difference. The teams they have are the Bengals, the Bucs,
right,
and it was one more, right?
All AFC first place winners. That's who they play.
They got the Bengals. They have
Bengals, Bucs, Chiefs.
No, we got the Chiefs too. We talk about who they have that we don't.
Bengals. So it'll be the other 3 divisions, the Jaguars.
So is it just the Bengals, Bucs?
And Jaguars.
And Jaguars. The other 3 division winners. That's who they got.
Bengals, Bucs, and Jaguars. And we have Baltimore, Tennessee, Carolina.
Right. Now Carolina was in 2nd place last year?
Yeah.
They're on our schedule.
Okay, so wow. They almost won the division last year. Okay.
So, and I'm telling you, what's making the difference, making our schedule harder, is the fact that we play Buffalo twice.
Right.
And they play us twice, but we are less of a team than them, considering the strength.
Oh, far strength. So that weakens their schedule and it strengthens ours because they're first place.
Exactly. That's where the difference comes.
Right.
That's where
because of their ranking. Now we was both, let's say hypothetically, we was both that had the same record and they won the division. It'll go down a little bit.
It'll be closer, but we would still have a tougher schedule because we play. Well, they might have had a tougher schedule in that case because then the number 2s will probably weigh heavier. They will probably, but the difference is they had a lot more wins. They had like 3 more wins than us or something like that.
Yeah.
And they went further. And they beat us.
Right. So they consider our sheer factor playing Buffalo's right. They get more point. We get more points towards a harder schedule than they do.
Bingo. Now let me say this. What we also need to consider though, now that Aaron Rodgers is in New York,
him playing them will be less, though, right?
Us, the Patriots, and Buffalo probably have a tougher schedule than the Eagles.
Yes, it's sort of.
I mean,
Remember,
they won't do it because of last year. It counts
because remember, the reason why the Eagles are so far ahead because they have almost four teams in a division make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And they play them twice.
And we play that division this year. On here, the Patriots have a harder schedule than the Bills too. Because once again, the Bills have to play them twice, which is easy, versus the Patriots having to play the Bills twice. That's why that's why it works this way.
Right. And to your point, that's why I think nobody will pass the Eagles because they play everybody in their division twice, and everybody in their division were playoff contenders.
Yeah, but they still can be beat though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying as far as the strength of the schedule, how they ranking.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, of course. This is what it is based off of last year, but I'm just going off of just mental with all the changes that were made with Aaron Rodgers and all of that. That makes our schedule even tougher because we were looking at the Jets like, well, that ain't too crazy of game, but now it's a tough game.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it also makes the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and Washington schedule tougher too because they got to play
because they also have to play Aaron Rodgers. Right.
Yeah, you ain't gonna jump. Yeah, Eagles got the worst schedule. We got.
They never gonna slide down. They go make the
slide as if they take the hit.
Right.
Yeah, but these top teams at the top, it's gonna be brutal. We're gonna beat each other up.
Yes, but you got to remember, TD, if the division, the maximum you can go is 6 wins in your division if you sweep the division. The other 11 games is what's going to weigh heavier.
But I don't see nobody sweeping our division.
No. I say we go 3-3. I predicted that last year. We go 3-3. The problem
now, 3-3 in our division is disaster. Because 3-3 in our
division,
that? 3-3 in our division can be 3-3 for the rest of the teams too.
Yeah.
That's a disaster, bro.
So now it comes to how well we play against everybody outside our division.
No, what it's going to come down to is who plays the best football against the NFC East.
Yeah, and the AFC West, remember? Because we got to beat them.
Yeah, that too. And then the crazy thing is they're all on the second row. Because imagine the 4 teams in the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
You want to try to get out of there 3-1, bro. You get out of there in 2-2, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when trouble starts. If we start going 2-2 in every division or conference we play, or the Chiefs division, we go 2-2. Yeah, then that's disaster. That's more of a disaster.
In 1-3, you're done.
Well, we go 1-3 against the AFC West, and we toast.
No, the NFC East is mainly what I'm talking about because that's the tougher teams.
Yeah.
Then you got the Chiefs. You got the Chargers. You got Denver.
Yeah. They're going to be tougher now because they got a better head coach.
Even that division, you don't want to go 500 or below.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's even more of a disaster, TD, because remember, it's going to go against our conference record.
Mm-hmm. So, bro, imagine 500 in everything, right? 500 your division, 500 the NFC East, 500 the AFC. What is the West?
Yeah.
That's 7 wins. And then you got 3 games left. And those 3 games for the Dolphins, Baltimore, Tennessee, Carolina. You got to win all 3.
You got to win all 3 just to make the playoffs.
That's why you don't want to 500 the division, 500 those other conferences, but it's going to be tough.
Other conferences, right.
Because to say you're going to beat Baltimore, Carolina, and Tennessee, I don't care what nobody say. And Derrick Henry's still over there. And Teddy will be back healthy.
If he come back healthy, yeah, they're back to where they left off at. Because remember, they were what? They were 6-2 started out, right? They were like 6 or 7-2. They
were one of the best teams in the AFC when they were healthy.
Right. So
and Vrabel will always build that defense properly. We got one of their weapons, but they already had a few to ready to take over. Think about it. Vrabel said, I don't want them anymore. I don't deal with people with soft tissue injuries.
right.
Just let him go. And this kid's good. Vrabel already got the replacement, bro.
That's what sucks. You said soft tissue injuries, which means now he's our problem. So
Well,
now
I mean,
he's always picking up people with injury problems.
I'm glad we're taking a flyer on him, though, because I love this kid. He's very talented if he could stay healthy.
Yeah,
But
TD. But see,
that
we're
is
already
two
behind the 8 ball when we use that.
But that's two
You know-
back-to-back. That is two back-to-back soft tissue injuries. So Vrabel said, "No, I'm straight."
Right. That's so
And
like the
it's
Dolphins.
crazy. But that's still crazy to me. He's talented, but Vrabel said, "No, I'm good. Bye."
Yeah. That's because Vrabel believes in himself as a coach, and especially being a linebacker.
He always has his defense right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. But this schedule, man, that Baltimore game
It's brutal. We cannot go 500
the Baltimore game may be everything. That might be the
whole season.
the difference maker.
Yeah.
To me, I actually disagree. For me, the litmus test for me is Seattle. Seattle is a good team. So,
bro, we don't play Seattle.
We don't play them.
I say Seattle.
Seahawks.
We don't play them, Anthony.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't play the West, the NFC West.
We don't play the West.
We play the AFC West, Anthony. You confused them. Seattle used to be in that division about 20 years ago. I think you're 20 years behind the curve, man.
Oh, is this a strength of schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this was our schedule this year.
No, we don't play them.
Okay.
You're good, Anthony. The only thing
It's all good.
You
would be right if you'd have made that statement 20 years ago when Seattle used to be in the West, in the AFC West.
The only thing worse than saying the wrong thing is saying nothing at all. So you're all right, Anthony.
Yeah, no, and honestly, for me, we faced both the AFC West and NFC East, right, this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I see happening. I see us beating the Broncos and and the Raiders, but we lose to the Chargers and the Chiefs, and then we lose. We beat every other team in the NFC East except the Eagles. To be honest,
we have to go 3-1.
We beat everybody in the NFC East.
No, we lose. We lose to the Eagles.
That's it.
Yes.
Man, I can't wait for this Cowboy game.
Cowboys, Giants, and the
Washington. I have been 100% on the type of teams that play defense the way that we don't want to see. And the Cowboys, the way they defense is designed and how they play defense, the Dolphins don't want to see that.
Are they a Wade Phillips defense?
What'd you say? Man press, bro.
Wade Phillips.
Man press. They're gonna leave you on the island, but they sending that pressure.
No, but what I'm
They play
saying,
similar
aren't
to the
they a
Chargers,
Wade
it's gonna be a
Phillips?
problem.
Isn't their defense Wade Phillips' defense?
I mean, different. I mean, they've been playing that base for a long time.
Okay.
But to say Wade Phillips, they've been playing it for a long time, but he ain't been there.
I know that, but what I'm saying is the idea of their defense is based off Wade Phillips' defense is what I'm asking.
Well, yeah, but again, they play the most basic defense in the NFL: cover two, man press, send the pressure. You're not going to break them out of cover two. I don't care because you're not running the ball organically against them. They are not going to break out of cover two. They will have two high safety. They will press the receivers, and they'll send them dogs with Micah and all of them. They sending them.
Yeah, no, and with the Cowboys, to me, is that they don't have a good second corner to cover Waddle. Waddle's give you wide open. Their second corner is not that good.
I don't think
honest.
you get what
Anthony,
I'm saying.
you don't realize that you don't need that. All you have to do is throw them off a timing.
Yeah, they got the two high safety.
Then the play is dead.
And remember, they're not giving you a long time to throw the ball, and they're playing press coverage. They're bumping you at the line of scrimmage, and this is what our receivers aren't good at. Those jams at the line of scrimmage.
Also, Tua doesn't react well.
Wait, I thought Tyreek was a good press receiver because
Who the heck told you that?
Nah.
Who told you that?
No, well,
No,
I
he's
thought
not.
there was,
He's not good off the press.
No, I'm asking. I thought
No.
he was.
No, well, if you miss, you're done.
Then
You're
toast,
told.
right.
Yeah, and
Right.
I've said this, TD. I've said this multiple times, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't
They
want to
got
hear this.
Hold on, they got Gilmore now.
Yeah,
Kilborn?
Yeah, they still.
Stephon
Yeah,
Gilmore.
that's
Oh,
right.
Man, I forgot about that myself. I appreciate you,
the
Jim
Cowboys
Jr.
got it.
We're out there.
yeah, no, and I'm saying this, and people don't want to hear this, TD. I think we're going all defense in this draft, basically.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. Fangio got to
Right.
get his guys.
Yeah, but people keep on saying I'm crazy. That I'm
Mhm.
saying we trade up twice. Honestly, I don't care about draft capital next year or the following year. Give up draft capital next year to get Mozzie Smith around 30, then trade up again to get Jack Campbell. We solidify our linebacker position because with David Long, you don't know when he's going to get injured. You do not know when he's going to get injured, to be honest.
Well, I see what you're saying. Somebody said Prescott loves to throw interceptions. You're right, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't care what nobody say. The one thing I love about the Dallas Cowboys, which I told y'all 2 years ago they should have did, they should have never gave Zeke that money. I love me some Tony Pollard. I don't care what y'all say.
Injury
Tony Pollard might have a field day against us.
Actually, I think they're going to draft Jahmyr Gibbs, to be honest.
No, they're
No.
going to draft Bijan if he's there.
Bijan's going to be gone. I think the
Bijan's
Eagles
going
draft him at number 10.
Atlanta. He's going to Atlanta, top 8.
Man, all I know is I can't wait for that Cowboys game. The Cowboys game is going to be interesting.
Are you guys worried about the Giants or the Redskins?
I'm worried.
Well, I'm not worried about Washington,
They,
but you can't sleep on the Giants.
Yeah.
They overpaid for basically a good character guy. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback.
Yeah, we get that.
Yeah, look at the pieces around.
Who says we got one?
Who's our guy?
I don't. I really don't. Because I've said this multiple times. We should have drafted.
That's brutal, TD. I thought you said we had the GOAT.
Well, it just depends on who I'm in front of.
I've said this multiple times. And people don't want. His fan base doesn't want to hear it. We should have drafted Justin Herbert.
You have an inconsistent, injury-prone quarterback.
I'm gonna give y'all the game real quick. So I want to see us against the Jets defense twice. I want to see us against Denver's defense. I want to see us against the Cowboys defense. I want to see us against the Eagles defense, Tennessee's defense, and Baltimore. Kansas City, I don't care. We could eat them.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of their defense.
It could be a shootout for them.
I think the AFC
We just got to
East
not
is
make
sweep the
mistakes on
Patriots.
them.
Every team in the AFC East is going to sweep the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots will win a game in
Don't
the
sleep on the
division.
Patriots. They still got Belichick.
Yeah, you never sleep on the Patriots, but they got some work to do.
They got Wack Jones as quarterback. The guy's not that good.
They also have Bill Belichick as head coach.
You have too much faith. You have too much faith in him, Mr. Negative. I'm sorry.
But Tony, their team wasn't that much different from the playoff team last year, the previous year. They virtually the same team.
Now here's where this is what can bite us. Okay, I want y'all to think about our road games outside of the division. We got to go on the road to Baltimore. We got to go on the road to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are the non-division games. We got to go on the road to the Chargers, which I think is the most unfair thing ever because we did last year. Then we got to go on the road to the Chiefs and on the road to Washington. Well, Washington I'm not worried about, but those other 4 road games.
It's a gauntlet.
I say we going 1-7 on the road and going 8-1 at home.
Well, no. You need to start. Cause think about our home game. Well, yeah. First of all, man, when are we gonna start being realistic as far as our own division? For you to say 8-1 at home, that's basically almost saying we're going to sweep the division.
No, we still go. No, we still lose the three games in the division.
So then only one of them home?
Yeah.
Man. So the Cowboys, we play the Cowboys at home. We got Denver at home. We got the Giants at home. The
Raiders.
That might be
Tennessee at home.
Besides that,
Cowboys might be the only loss at home, but every other road game we losing.
So
not-
TD, I have a question. Besides the NFC East, do we have any other NFC teams on our schedule?
Yeah, Carolina.
Carolina's a rebuilding team. That doesn't matter.
Well, here's a question, TD. You know, every year, right? There's always at least one team that do what the Jaguars did, have an instant turnaround. It's almost a rite of passage in NFL.
Enough to make the playoffs.
Out of the Falcons, out of the Carolina, the Colts, and Texans, which one of those four teams you think will be most likely to make the quickest turnaround like Jacksonville did?
Who did you just say?
Atlanta, Carolina, Indy, and the Texans. Out of those four teams, which one is most likely to make the quickest turnaround like Jacksonville?
Atlanta. It's gonna be Atlanta.
Yeah, I would agree.
No, they
Atlanta.
don't have a quarterback.
No, Atlanta just had one of the best off seasons. I don't know. I think people just because.
So you think you said Atlanta would be the quickest? You don't think Carolina?
If you just watch, they had one of the best off seasons up there with the Bears in stacking talent. They got the safety from Jesse Bates that was on the Bengals. They stacked up their trenches on the defensive end.
Okay.
They got a really good linebacker. And they just put.
And they have the easiest schedule. TD just put it up there. They have the easiest schedule.
Yeah,
you're right.
So yeah, it could be Atlanta.
Yeah, no,
they have the quickest turnaround.
I have a question for you, Jason. Do you trust Desmond?
Well,
Ridder,
here's what, real quick, Anthony. Here's what I worry about the most. I worry about the Cleveland Browns because they got an easy schedule, and that's a team that could take a playoff spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And plus, they already have the franchise quarterback.
Same thing with the Steelers or Tennessee. See, I worry about the teams that can steal a playoff spot from you.
Hey, you know
the Packers. The Packers with Jordan Love.
Exactly.
You know what else about the Browns, TD? People are starting to walk now that the tape is coming out. People are starting to walk back their Deshaun Watson critiques because they're like, oh, okay, it wasn't all on him being terrible. It was just a discombobulated season completely.
Yeah, right.
So now they're like, we can't use this 6 games to judge what he's gonna do next year, because if he gets the proper training, he's in the film room every day, he's connecting with the coaches, connecting with the players, he might be that guy from Houston that we know and love. So
right,
yeah.
He got the full off season.
I see the Packers making a quicker turnaround. To be honest, even though they were competing, I think they win their division.
No, they could.
You said the Packers over the Lions?
I would say the Bears in that division make the quickest turnaround. They got the best
cooking.
defense.
I'll be right back.
No,
they got the best. The Bears got the best defense.
It's gonna be.
Look at what the Bears did on defense, and then Fields is going to get weapons. And no, second year in that offense, I say the Bears make the quickest turnaround, surprise everybody, and win the division.
I think the Lions win that division. I know it's not as big a turnaround, but they're up and coming. I like the Lions there.
Yeah, the Lions
what do you
too.
mean, guys?
But I think the Bears defense
the
is good.
End up drafting a quarterback, even though they have.
No, I think they like Jared Goff. I think they like him.
I think they're going to keep building Goff.
Yeah, they're going to build around.
The only QB I could have seen them going after is Lamar, and I think that's out of the window. They're not going to bring in a rookie.
No,
QB, especially after Jared Goff probably just
even a guy who's developing.
The second best. What if they?
No, they don't have time to develop a guy.
Like a third round pick. It's going to be a third, later round pick. It's not going to be a guy they get in the first or second.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, you don't think they would draft a guy like Anthony Richardson who needs a lot of development?
Oh no.
They're in year 2 of their rebuild, basically.
It's a project.
No way. That's too big of a project for those guys.
I have a question.
That's a new coaching staff.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, that's too much of a move. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Negative.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the chances, if you had to put a percentage on it, that we move back into round 1 tonight, and by doing so, move Christian Wilkins? I'm not saying to move him. I'm just asking you guys, what do you think the percentage is that that's a move they could make, and that's how they go about doing it?
65%.
65. That's crazy. How we all thought 65.
65 exactly.
65 is the exact
We all thought 65%. Now we all got to come up with the lottery winning numbers tonight, since we all in sync.
Weird thing to do, because I was telling somebody the other day. I said, remember what people say: Tyreek Hill wasn't an option until he was.
Right.
And Chris Greer is known for doing these weird last second. He's an opportunist. As much as I criticize Chris Greer, he's a big opportunist. And if a team comes with the right price,
he loves to trade.
If a team comes with the right price, he's gonna say, "Oh, take Christian. Go ahead, Christian."
You know who I compare Chris Greer to? I'm a big wrestling fan. He's Edge. He's basically Edge.
Edge. That's a good comparison.
Yeah,
no. You sure he's not Sting?
No, Sting wasn't an ultimate opportunist. No, but to me, with our fan base gets too attached to a player. I'm not overpaying for a run defender. The guy's an elite run defender. He does not offer anything as a pass rusher. We need with Fangio's defense. You need defensive tackles who can run, defend, and give you
Anthony,
he gives you pressures, but he doesn't give you sacks. He doesn't follow through with the sacks.
So Anthony, just to build off of that, Anthony, so you hit it right on the head. He rushes 4 predominantly most of the time, right? We don't have an organic pass rush, so you need the 4 guys you're going to rush, Wilkins included, to get home to the quarterback. And if we don't have that, that's where sacks from the front 4 are a premium need in a Fangio defense. Just go back and look over the years, the guys he's had, over the defenses that he's been with, the teams he's been with. The front 4 always get it done. And San Fran,
front seven.
Yeah, 7. But I'm more or less going with the front 4, right? Because he doesn't blitz much. So I mean, he's predominantly looking for pressure from the front 4. San Francisco traded their defensive lineman. The name eludes me right now, but they traded him for a first-round pick. Indianapolis, right? Years ago.
DeForest Buckner.
DeForest Buckner, thank you. Yeah, they traded him, and people said they were crazy. Well, he didn't fit with what they wanted to do anymore in San Francisco, right? So they traded him, right? They maxed him out because he wasn't going to get the kind of production in that San Fran defensive line. They had to move on from him.
Tackle, to many people, he's still top 10 production as a defensive tackle today.
Jason, I'm not gonna disagree with that. He gets tackles. He's an elite run defender. But again, you can find defensive linemen who can defend the run. They're not hard to find.
I was talking about Buckner and how
Buckner. Sorry.
He was given top 10 production,
right?
And San Francisco got rid of him, and look at how they still have the number 1 defense,
right? Because again, right, they didn't rely on one guy, and they saw his value in that defense. They decided, okay, we can live without that, move on, and go get a first-round pick, and then kind of reset our roster, overall. Which is what I want us to do.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have
the O-line, right?
And people are delusional too. And our fan base is so attached to Christian Wilkins that they're delusional. They think we're gonna get the only way they trade him is we're gonna get a Larry Tunsil haul. The only reason why we
don't need a Larry Tunsil haul.
We don't need that kind of haul.
We just need one first-round pick and maybe a 5th, and that's it.
And look at the value.
But what I'm saying is some of our fan base says the only way they trade him is if we get a Larry Tunsil haul. And
that's delusional.
Anthony,
that's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of haul you're going to get. You're not going to strike lightning twice. But what you will get, and TD touched upon it earlier, what you will get is $20 million in savings, right? So you can allocate those dollars to the O-line, running back, whatever you want to do. Plus you have a guy. Say if you want to go defensive line in the first round, now you have him on a fresh rookie deal for 5 years, and you're not paying him anything.
And people say also the only way they trade up is if they replace the only way they trade Christian Wilkins is if they trade up to get Jalen Carter.
No, you know who I'd get if I was the Dolphins? I'd get that defensive tackle coming out of Pitt.
Cansey, not really.
I like Cansey.
Hey, let's
I
get
really
something
like his
straight.
motor.
Let's get something straight,
He has a
fellas.
really good motor.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
This notion out here, the only way we trade Christian Wilkins is for a haul like Tunsil. Christian Wilkins' value ain't half of what Tunsil's is.
Yeah,
it's a freaking left tackle that's superior at his position.
Exactly.
It's not the same whatsoever. And he's not even as good as a player in his position. Somebody's echoing.
Echo.
As Laramie Tunsil. You got to understand, Laramie Tunsil is literally like top 3 in his position.
He reset the left tackle market twice, I think.
Exactly. Christian Wilkins ain't no man. Y'all stop, man.
Christian Wilkins.
Like Laramie Tunsil is right there, like the Aaron Donald almost of his position.
Yeah,
he's just in Houston, and you low key never hear about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, TD, and I've said this multiple times. Tunsil, and I think Crypto said this also that the reason why we got that haul for Laramie Tunsil is because he still had 2 years on his deal, correct?
And the fact that the general manager and the coach was going for broke because they were desperate. They needed to go all out for whatever they could. Yeah. And the same thing Chris Greer's doing now. So he better hope it worked.
Yeah. But it didn't work.
And what happened? The general manager got fired, didn't he?
Yeah. It was a good move if you thought Watson was going to be there for the next decade, but then the whole politics happened in the Texans, and so it was a good move then, but now it's not.
Well, they just read up his deal because they know they finna go get a young quarterback.
Another quarterback, yeah.
You gotta bring that kid in with the right protection. So that was the investment they had to make. And just think about it, the Dolphins would have invested that kind of money twice. Look at what Laramie Tunsil making versus what Teron Armstead making.
Look at the same amount.
What do you mean the same amount? Do you not see what Laramie Tunsil is making?
And Laramie Tunsil is a guaranteed 15 games.
I mean, do y'all not know how much money Laramie Tunsil makes?
He's not going. Right.
I was just guessing that they make around the same amount of money.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
The injuries alone makes people kind of hesitant to sign guys like Armstead, but like I said, Tunsil is a guaranteed 15 games. Like he's gonna be there.
And I've said this multiple times. Guys as big as Armstead and Raekwon Davis are gonna naturally have injuries because you can't be that tall and be constantly carrying the weight around that they're carrying around and stuff like that. TD, do you agree?
Just depend on your body type, how you hold it.
Yeah. So TD.
But by the way, Laramie Tunsil is making $25 million a year.
Raekwon Davis is kind of like a heavier DeForest Buckner. Like DeForest Buckner. I said Raekwon Davis is kind of like a heavier DeForest Buckner.
I'm gonna go old school. He's too tall, Jones.
Yeah,
he's too tall, Jones.
Both really big, but I think you can see Raekwon Davis and you can see.
Somebody has music playing in the back.
You could see Raekwon Davis and you could just see like, okay, there's a lot of fat on that dude. While somebody like DeForest Buckner, who's same size and stature, but you could tell DeForest Buckner is solid. You could tell that dude is like.
I'm gonna go way old school for guys who watch football back in the '90s. Too tall, Jones.
TD, would you be opposed to trading Wilkins to Arizona for a first-round pick next year?
2024?
Yeah, and then you get maybe like a top 5 pick. Kyler Murray's injured. Tough division. Maybe.
I'll take less. I'll for a first-rounder next year to have
and like
two first-rounders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Arizona one, that would be – see, you talking to me. If you talk about a top 5 potential pick –
next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll trade more than that because if this don't work, I'm all in for Caleb.
Right.
Right.
Tua
Right. That gives us two bona fide picks in that first round.
Injured.
Maybe even the first pick. It ended up being the first pick.
5, and wherever we end up now, man, only tough thing is hoping that
Arizona fall off a cliff.
Guaranteed to get the number 1 overall pick.
Because Arizona, with Kyler being out and the Niners and Seahawks running that division, I don't think they should be in the top 5. So.
Yeah, I mean, but you never know. But I see what you mean, because of how long is Kyler out? They didn't say the whole season though.
It was ACL, I believe. So
when did it happen?
He got injured like week 3 or like week 5 or something.
Then I would see a forecast of him coming back at some point, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what? The Tannehill had an ACL, right?
Yeah.
He will come back around week 10.
But it's a matter of when he had it, though.
Okay, no, he played 11 games. My bad.
He got it in 11 games, and then he got it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we thought he was ready for training camp, and he re-injured it, right?
Right.
Yeah, Kyler? He re-injured it during training camp.
Yep.
Yeah, so Kyler got his when?
Week 12 is looking like.
Week 12?
Yeah, so I would expect Kyler I thought Kyler may be ready for the season, but
he'll be back before September, around September,
I mean, I don't know how bad it is or what.
How bad is it?
I remember the injury. He tore his ACL, he ruptured his MCL.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Okay, well,
right after he got the money, right after he got the bag.
He's not gonna be moving the same.
I expect that from Tua.
Right now you get the bag and you go sit down for 2 years.
TD, I got a question for you.
That would be so Dolphin like TD.
Getting all that guaranteed money out the way.
That would be the Andrew Luck stuff. So give me my guaranteed money, and then the moment I realize I have generational money to feed my family and pay my parents, so my parents never have to work again. Now it's like, I don't feel too good. Football. Let me focus on. I want to play with my son in the future and all of that. You guys,
I don't get the hatred people have for Andrew Luck. Let's realize that the guy was getting beat up his whole career before.
It's not hatred. It's not hatred.
No. We just saying
by his fan base.
Oh yeah, his fans. Yeah, but no, I completely understand. But I'm saying if Chris Greer falls for the finesse again, you've seen it literally in the AFC before. Like guys, where the moment they get that guaranteed money, all of a sudden I've had conversations with my family again, and they're worried about this CTE stuff and. Now I'm just going to take this money and go. And he's probably going to have to pay a few 10, 15 million back, but he's still going to have the rest 50, 40 million. We've seen it before, man.
Right.
Mozzarella, you got too much background noise, bro.
Someone's watching
too much background noise coming through.
Yeah.
Listen, man, like I said, if I'm Tua, I'm trying my best to be the best version of myself this year. I'm getting that $200 million contract, and I don't care if my pinky hurt. Hey, I gotta see it.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
And then how much of that contract would he have to repay back?
He ain't gotta pay nothing back. He's sitting.
Are you saying
I'm inactive this week?
Yeah.
TD, are you accusing him of being the next Byron Jones? That's what you're saying, TD.
I'm accusing him of being the next Kawhi Leonard potentially.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true too.
Certain players are so cool until they get that guaranteed contract. Then their personality flips. They're no longer the guy that the fan base thought they were. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to Tua, but if it does, man, listen.
So, hey TD, speaking of basketball, did you see that crazy game with the Heat and the Bucks last night?
I actually didn't watch it. I just saw some of the highlights.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, but TD, if you're Tua, do you think that Greer has actually Alabama the Dolphins for you, like you expect?
At this point, about 95%.
Oh, okay.
We've Alabama'd up. I mean, all we need now is a left guard and a right tackle, and we Alabama, baby. And he got his team. He got the easiest situation of any quarterback in the NFL if we had those two things. The easiest. You can't ask for.
He will basically be Alabama, yeah.
If you had those things, you wouldn't be able to ask for much at all. It would be amazing, and it's not realistic for the NFL, but we've done our best to make it as close as possible realistic.
I say one thing about the whole Alabama thing? I think it's so ironic how we say like we want to Alabama the team around Tua, and even though I know this is him in college, when he had all those weapons around him, and Joe Burrow had the same amount of weapons, he couldn't beat Joe Burrow.
Right.
Joe Burrow didn't lose.
That is ironic, yeah. He had LSU, and he's got LSU version in Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is still a step ahead of him.
When he went against Clemson and what's the kid in Clemson that's on the Jaguars now?
But this is what I'm.
Lawrence.
This is my point, though.
Lawrence beat him.
But this is what I told everybody. When all factors are even, it comes down to the quarterback. Who played the better game, Clemson or Alabama? Which quarterback played the better game in that natty?
Right.
Trevor.
Exactly, TD.
Even the Clemson one.
The tiebreaker, the tiebreaker.
Even the LSU.
The tie-breaking position is always the quarterback. That's the position that breaks the tie.
It's always the same. You can gear this team up all you want. The Bengals are geared up too. When it comes down to it, which quarterback plays the better game?
That's the scary part when people say we have to Alabama the team. I'm like, well, you do know the guy that beat him in college with the same amount of weapons has just as much weapons here.
He has the LSU version of that in Cincinnati, yeah.
And he has Jamar Chase again.
And Jason,
right?
I said this multiple times, and people honestly, I would be shocked that the Dolphins. I honestly, he said it during a TD. I think you need to find the interview, but he was doing an interview recently. This was at the end of the season. Justin Herbert. He said he doesn't trust the front office or the coach, and he's not going to sign. He's hesitant to sign his extension, no matter how much money they offer him.
I ain't gonna
lie.
That'd
if
be
I'm
crazy.
Herbert, I ain't heard that, but if I'm Herbert, that's a smart move. I mean, if y'all ain't gonna do right around me, then I might as well go to a situation.
No, because he actually said in this interview he went to the front office and the owner and asked him to bring in Sean Payton, and they just completely ignored him.
Yeah, but they drafted Slater, they drafted Johnson, they tried to put weapons around him.
They just never stay healthy. Yeah, his weapons never got healthy.
The Chargers did not want to pay for a head coach, and Peyton would have cost them your 20
first-round pick.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay.
Yeah,
y'all can keep talking about. See, y'all got to stop talking about these weapons. What are the good of these weapons with a bad head coach?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You see what Denver had over there?
And a defensive-minded head coach.
Right.
You see what Denver had?
Right.
No, and what
they had talent, but that head coach just constantly sabotaged them. Not sabotage, but you know what I mean.
No,
bad decision
you know
making.
what people forget too, TD, is there's an extreme to both sides. There's a coach that doesn't pay attention and treat the quarterback correctly, like what Flores was hypothetically doing, and there's what Staley was doing, where he was catering way too much to the quarterback.
Anthony, look at what Flores did with less talent, though. He got the same amount of wins that McDaniel did with less talent and still the same quarterback. So Flores actually showed what the value of a good head coach can be.
Decent.
No, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm using the extremes to both sides. There's a coach that
he didn't take Tua out for ice cream after games. I get it. Like McDaniel goes over for slumber parties and whatnot. But I mean, so what? I don't care about that. Doesn't matter.
Right. Go with ice creams, right.
And then the Chargers on the other side, where he's catering. He's a fanboy of Herbert instead of taking control of the team.
Who is that? The coach?
Staley's a fanboy of Herbert. He let him control that whole offense instead of hiring a veteran offensive coordinator.
He let who control?
Well, did he?
No,
that was all Staley.
Staley just doesn't really, I think, know offense is what it comes down to.
No, he doesn't. He's a defensive guy through it.
Right. He's more of a defensive guy than anything.
Like a Flores.
Hey, do y'all, what's the chances that Chris Greer shocks the world and trade for Lamar?
Are we being
40%.
realistic? Or are we being
15%, TD.
40%.
15%.
I got it.
I'm going lower. 3%.
40%.
I got 1%.
They said 1%.
40.
Yeah.
I'll do you better, TD. 99%.
Sure, yeah. Sure.
I'll
lie.
No,
If
I'll do
something like that
I'll
happen-
do it. I'll do it even lower.
If something like that happen,
0.5%.
I'm crying on screen.
I
Can
have a question.
you imagine?
So TD,
I have a question.
Can you imagine Dolphin community?
TD,
If he
the
doesn't
only
make that trade, right?
What would be the state of the Tuaneers, TD? What would be their state of mind at that point?
They just go to the next fan base, like they've been doing forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's probably
they'd be
most
upset
likely.
for a few days, and then they'd be like, "All right, see you later, Dolphin fans. We're gonna go harass."
only way
whoever
that
else."
happens is if Ross gets involved.
Yeah, if Ross gets involved. Yeah, that's the way. That's the only way it happens.
No,
if Ross makes
but
it big.
Greer said he never wanted to. Greer during the draft that Lamar was available, he said he never wanted to draft him. He said
that's
either
fine,
you draft
when did he
another
say
player
that?
or I'm out.
Yeah, that was the rumors going around. Chris.
Yeah, I don't remember that, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so the reason why I think it could be high is because if Ross looking at Greer like you're covering up all these mistakes with expensive mistakes and just get a quarterback.
You know
I mean,
what I'm gonna say about that? You know what I'm gonna
Well,
say
keep
about
the trend going, right?
I had the same mentality until TD came on here the other day, and the media as well said that Ross is in love with McDaniel. And Ross loves McDaniel, and they have a really good relationship. And I said, well, guess what? McDaniel is 100% a Tua guy. So if there's anyone who could probably convince Ross to not go after Lamar and just keep the same roster and probably bring in...
It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
It'll most likely be McDaniel.
McDaniel is stopping it, yeah. So that means he hitched himself to Tua.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel is a Tua guy. Mike McDaniel is a Jimmy G guy. Mike McDaniel is whatever guy is for whoever under center. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. Mike McDaniel is his job. He understands where his predecessor fell short.
He's a politics.
And
He's a
it's his job to make sure he shows none of those same symptoms.
So do you
predecessor?
Yeah.
So now that you said that, TD, do you believe the rumors about we kicked the tire on Trey Lance?
Huh?
Since you said that, do you believe the rumors that we try to at least ask about Trey Lance?
This is
If Tua doesn't work, we go for Trey Lance.
Stop this.
We ain't going for no Trey Lance.
Not going for
But
Trey
do you
Lance.
believe it? Because they said Mike McDaniel.
Well, he's a dynamic quarterback.
They said he was one of the main parts as why Trey Lance got drafted.
TD, how many touchdowns did Tyreek Hill have this season? Last season,
7 or 8, maybe.
So Christian Watson had 7, and he was a rookie. So if Ross looks at these things and it's like you're making too many expensive mistakes, get a competent quarterback in here with all the medical and the poor play, get Lamar in here or you're done, then Lamar will be a Dolphin. Right?
Yeah, I think
well, that would be the rationale from Stephen Ross' standpoint.
Yeah, but this is the same Stephen Ross that says he's not going to intervene anymore. He's he's going to let them do what they do. He's
holy moly.
And you got to think about it. He just
TD, sad news. Sad news.
TD.
Sad news in pop culture. Jerry Springer died.
What?
She's having a good old time there, TD.
Oh yeah.
She's having a real good time.
So
you guys
TD,
heard me?
What would a Lamar trade look like if it's actually viable?
We would have to give up 2 first-round picks.
Lamar trade right now for the Dolphins would be Christian Wilkins,
Tua,
2023 second round pick, a 2024 first round pick, a 2024 second round pick. Done.
You don't think a 2025 first round pick as well?
No, because
They
the
don't
tender
take
was
Tua?
two.
No,
the
they
tender
wouldn't
was
need
2
it.
first round picks. So you're basically getting the first 2 seconds and Christian Wilkins, which technically is the first.
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Or you can
That'd
keep
be
a
all they
second,
need.
or you keep a second. Gosh, girl. Or you can keep a second and put 2 in the deal.
She's like, pay attention to me. Don't care about these people.
I didn't
What do
say
you-
we were getting Lamar. I said if we do. Don't get excited yet.
She was real excited. Man,
Getting
TD,
Lamar?
She's excited about getting another quarterback.
Yeah, she knows.
Two time.
TD,
No.
TD, what do you think the chances are? Like, what have you been hearing about getting Dalvin Cook? Is that a real thing?
It's a real thing, but that's if they can't get who they want in the draft. There's a lot of contingencies happening here.
Okay.
Same thing with Christian Wilkins. If a team can't get the tackle they want, then they already probably got partners for Christian Wilkins. But you got to wait for the draft because say we got a partnership with the team to get a tackle. They want Christian Wilkins, but they want to wait on the draft. They got a guy in the draft they want at just hypothetically 18.
Right.
And they get to 18 and he's gone, then we're in play.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have a question, TD. Do you think the Vikings are gonna try their hardest to trade him? Because I heard that Miami's hoping that he just gets released, period, and then we just sign him after that.
Well, that too. But what if the Vikings are interested in Christian Wilkins?
I mean, shoot.
That's Flores.
That would be Flores' guy. Yeah. That was the first pick that Flores has got.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna give Christian. They would have to give us major compensation back.
When you say major, what are you saying?
The first
Dalvin Cook on the expiring contract ain't enough for just Christian.
No, I know that. I never said that. I just said, what if they want him? That could be a Dalvin Cook and a first, or Dalvin Cook and a
first. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Yeah,
that could be them giving us their first and Cook, and they get Christian Wilkins. That's a possibility,
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because Flores still got to build out his defense.
True that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a possibility.
Yeah, but the line would still need to be upgraded though, regardless of the running.
What line?
Our O line.
Get Baker.
Well, of course
we only need a right tackle.
Now you would have another draft pick to potentially do that, and the money.
Hopefully, especially with Dalvin Cook's
and
shoulder,
you're running back.
Especially with Dalvin Cook's shoulder, you do not want that shoulder to be cooked halfway through the season like it has been on Minnesota, because he'll miss some games.
Listen, let's get this straight too. First of all, you see what Kirk Cousins does every year.
Kirk pretty Cousins much.
Had the weapons and everything. He's putting up the numbers that Tua possibly could put up with Tyreek and Waddle, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
He had Dalvin Cook the running back.
Hawkinson, tight end.
Yeah, and they still lost.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the difference? What would be the difference? Because you can say what you want now, but Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Tua right now.
Our defense.
Yeah, well, no, we're banking on our defense to be better. We don't even know.
We don't know yet. We'll know after the first
not even be a
month.
Good personnel fit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to see. You think the first 6 games is going to determine that, TD?
And the Vikings ran the Fangio system.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's telling right there. Then if they ran the Fangio system,
all I'm saying is,
people keep saying, "Yeah, but Fangio's the orchestrator, so we'll be better with it." Man, listen,
that is telling if the Vikings ran it. What did the Giants do to that system in the playoffs?
They exposed it.
Yeah, they ran the football well.
I told you
being
now,
physical.
Fangio's defense allows strong side runs and dink and dunks. I done already told y'all that. It's designed to not give up the big play, bend but don't break, and try to confuse quarterbacks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, confused court. But if TD, you're saying basically the kryptonite to Fangio's defense is a patient offense.
Patient or run the ball, dink and dunk. Take what they give you.
Take what they give you.
So
yeah, patient offense is what it pretty much is a counter
down
to
the
it.
field all game on Fangio defense. He just relies on you to step out of character and take them shots.
And make a mistake, right?
Get the false start, put you behind. Now then he'll want to send pressure. You see what I mean? It's a big don't break defense. I'm telling you now. I think our defense will be good, but don't get mad if you see Adam Gase and Matt Burt. Don't be mad if you see
Mac
that type
Burke.
of defense.
Matt Burke.
That's
Getting
brutal.
killed in the zone all day.
If we see Mac Burke, then we're starting out 1-10.
I'm having flashbacks with Matt Burke.
Remember,
Now,
Adam Gase and Mac
If we
Burke.
get Mac Burke, that's 1-10, TD.
now I
Remember,
feel
Adam
sick
Gase
after
and Mac
hearing
Burke defense wasn't getting beat big. They just couldn't get off the field. It was 3 downs,
Yeah, a lot
first
of long
down, 3
drives.
downs, first downs. Because they rely on you to make a mistake, whether it's a false start, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a bad throw or whatever. They just rely on you to make the mistake eventually.
Yeah. They figure the more plays you have to do,
The higher
the most
probability
likely
of the mistake coming.
of the mistake happening. Right. Yeah.
But if you run the ball well and you dink and dunk, it's I'm telling you, you can continue to eat that defense up. The six teams that ran a Fangio system last year, none of them were above ranked 23rd. None of them had a 23rd or better defense.
But TD, they keep telling us that historically they've always became better in their second year.
Oh, okay.
But that means we're in a 2-year window with the defense now, like with the offense.
Could be.
I would hope not, because we have
That's
a ridiculous lot of
ridiculous.
veterans on
That
this.
means Kansas City could have gotten another additional 2 titles while we sitting here waiting around for different sides of the ball to develop. That's not good formula.
TD, are the Dolphins close to the Bengals, you think?
That's not a good formula, TD.
No, listen. The
We have
Dolphins
to
are not.
prevent KC from becoming a dynasty.
Y'all need to understand.
They're
something.
already a dynasty.
The Dolphins aren't close to many teams. The
That's
difference
true, too,
is
yeah.
when you got Tyreek out here playing out of his world, bailing our quarterbacks out. It keeps us close.
Yeah.
But how long is that going to last? Think about the balls that Tyreek had to snatch from defenders that should have been picks. Think about the different stuff. That stuff is going to start to get tightened up.
Yeah.
And you got more. You got better teams that you're playing this year, better defenders.
And they have film.
Yeah.
They're going to have
We
film.
dropped INTs from the Pittsburgh game. There was like 5.
There was a lot in that game.
I know people want to ignore this, but let's be honest and let's be fair. Don't be a hater here. What games did Tua play well outside of the Lions, Bears, and Browns?
Outside of the Lions, Bears, Browns.
You could
What
argue.
games did he play with?
You could argue the second Bills game, but
The second Bills.
Okay, let's go. Second
Yeah, you
Bills
can
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say he played better in the first Bills games than the second Bills game.
Well, his ball placement wasn't the greatest in the second Bills game,
bad
but he had a lot of
Right.
completions.
No, the
I would
first
say he played a better. He was a more efficient in the first than the second Bills game.
Now, the first Bills game we almost lost if it wasn't because
Yeah, we
No,
almost
we
lost,
didn't
but he
need
was
him.
sufficient.
Yeah.
But he was
didn't
more
need him much.
efficient. Yeah, we didn't need him that much.
But my point of it is this: 3 of those teams were basically, instead of, even though we're saying 4, let's just hypothetically say he played great in 5 games. Okay, we just named one more game was the Bills game, but then let's give him one more, whatever one. So to save argument,
Houston.
He didn't play, no. Anyway, listen, 3 games against scrubs, 2 games against good teams, and we had to name that like, yeah, them, but who didn't play good against them this year? But all I'm saying is you're going to get double that this year, the competition. You're going to get double that competition this year. When you look at this schedule, you ain't going to have as many cakewalks like that this year. Almost every week you got to be about business.
You got to be on top of your game every week.
And let's be honest, there was 8 games of possibility of him playing great based off of the competition. This year, man, you might have 4 to 5 that you should play great based off of the team we playing. Carolina and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's gonna be harder, man. He really got to step through this year. But listen, y'all, I was supposed to do 2 hours. We're going on 3 hours. I got to get out of here. I'm gonna be doing some more streams today, so please y'all come through. I want to thank the panel. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man.
No problem, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Wilkins tour next year first and our second for Lamar. Let's go, TD. I'm with it, Kevin. I'm with it.
There we go.
That would be, man. I would cry.
I
would cry.
I think your baby girl approved it already, TD. She already signed off on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to take her on this walk real quick. Give us
yeah. Do whatever you got to do to get that energy out, because this is a ball.
Mommy on her way back now.
Yep.
We're gonna go for a walk. Okay? You gonna tell everybody bye bye?
No.
You gonna tell everybody bye bye?
Say bye bye. Oh, she's definitely in a happy place now.
What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Yeah. 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 Get off of me. You just want to break everything.
I don't.
All right, y'all.
All right. Have a good one.
We're gonna have a good time with her. Show her some outside life. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all come through later. I will be live again. We got plenty on the agenda today. I will see y'all soon.
Okay, TD. All right, everybody. All right, TD.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Don't be yelling at me. Peace.